So guys, we have created the scenarios and we are able successfully to execute these scenarios. We will now develop the behavior of the user interface. Let's come back to our Xcode project. Okay, so once we have tapped on this text field and once the keyboard is shown, we want to change the user interface. We want the cover to be resized. We want these text fields to be moved up, and we want this spot to be moved up as well. So for that purpose, if we look at the original Facebook app, what they have done is when we go, or when the keyboard is shown, first of all they hide hands. So we need to declare this animation. Okay, so first we'll start from hiding the hands. Okay, so in order to access our hands image view, in our code we must make an outlet connection and reference to this object. So I'll click Assistant Editor, make sure that you have selected hands, not the constraint. Move to the top, and here hold Ctrl left mouse click drag, and here you can write hands image view. Okay. So I'm now coming back to our login view controller. Here, when the keyboard is shown, we want to hide the hands. So we can simply delete it, or we can nicely hide it with the animation. So for that purpose, I will now declare an animation. I will remove this print because now we know that everything is executed with no errors. So here, in order to execute animation, we need to write the following. UI view means this view assigned to it or animate whatever in it, that one, with duration. This the simplest method, with duration. The duration of the animation, let's keep it 0.5, so which is half seconds. And here, animation, just double tap on it or click enter. Here we can simply write, for example, we want to make it hidden. If you remember how we used to play with the alpha, so let's say this is our hands picture. So what we will do is we will simply make the alpha of it 0 and we'll return it back to the 100. So it will have a fade animation in this case. Okay, so I'll write here we need to access hands while writing self means self.hands image view. This means hands image view variable which is in current class, which is the variable of current class. So this is current class. It starts from here, from disclosure, and this is hands image view, which is a variable. Okay, some of you might be having a question why it's weak and what does means this full line. Okay, for those who don't know, I'll explain. So IB outlet, it means it is connected to the physical object in the user interface, which is it's connected with the main storyboards object. Weak means, let's say, if we will move from this screen to another screen from the app memory, this variable with the name hands image view will be cleared. So it means our iPhone or our application will no more keep memory for this variable if we leave the screen to another screen, let's say to register new account screen. So this means weak. Strong means it will always keep the information on our device or in our app. So this is we have created a variable with the name hands image view, which replies to the library UI image view, which I have explained in the while creating our Instagram clone. So image view, and it is weak means the iPhone will keep no memory in it, and it is connected to the physical object on the main storyboard. Okay, so this is the explanation. So we are now accessing hands imagery, which is the variable of the current class. Self means current class. Okay, so what we want to do now, we want the alpha to be 0 to with the animation we want to hide it. Okay, so this one animation function, whatever in the closures below will be animated. Okay, so the same thing we need to do when the keyboard is hidden. In case you guys, if you don't see a keyboard, you can go to hardware, keyboard, and make sure that you are using the same keyboard language as macOS, connect hardware keyboard, or you can click Command and key button to toggle the keyboard, like this. Command and K. Okay, so please don't copy it because I want you to practice so you will better remember. So we'll declare the same animation but where we will be returning alpha to 1 when the keyboard is hidden. So it means 1 means it will be visible. So let's declare it in the keyboard will hide function. UI view dot animate with duration 0.5, the same duration, fade out and fade in. Here animation, double click on it. Here we can write self.handsImageView.alpha equals 1. Okay, so this is again animation function. Whatever in the closures below will be animated. Okay, so let's now build and run. Excellent. So I'll click on the login and we see that that's excellent how we are now able to hide it and to show this. So I'll click Command and K button so we see how excellent it looks like. So the first step we have reached when we are hiding this hands view, and the next step will be we will be resizing this view, and the third step will be to move these objects up. Okay, let's now go to the second step where we will be resizing the cover image.